stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop.
She's a savage, savage.
She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker.
She's a savage, savage. She's a savage, savage.
Way up in the clouds, got you wrapped around her fingers. She's not scared about making your spine shiver. She's a savage, causing damage. Way up in the clouds, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. When you're up at night, busy with overthinking, she'll be going out, looking for her next victim. She's a player, out to play ya. Takes them one by one, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop.
She's a savage, savage.
She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker.
She's a savage, savage. She's a savage, savage.
Way up in the clouds, got you wrapped around her fingers. She's not scared about making your spine shiver. She's a savage, causing damage. Way up in the clouds, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. When you're up at night, busy with overthinking, she'll be going out, looking for her next victim. She's a player, out to play ya. Takes them one by one, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop.
She's a savage, savage.
She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker.
She's a savage, savage. She's a savage, savage.
Way up in the clouds, got you wrapped around her fingers. She's not scared about making your spine shiver. She's a savage, causing damage. Way up in the clouds, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker.
Okay, hopefully the sound is right. I'm doing a shout out because I did actually jump in at the same time as our friend Breamy, Strange Moon Lilith. So if you're not following, I know it's a recommended channel, but I do have to welcome everybody in because it's like, whoa, I'm making my coffee. And Scorpio jumped in only seconds before I opened the queue. And then last Coca-Cola, then Star. And Evelyn, welcome in. Horse-Drawn Portrait, welcome in. And I believe Horse-Drawn Portrait was the last one to... Oh, no, Janine. No. Janine, welcome in. Horse-Drawn Portrait was the last one to join to fill up the queue. So the queue's full at the moment. But we'll get there. We always do. And I start off my streams, you're wide awake because of the moon. I actually saw it advertised as a strawberry moon instead of a black moon. Is it because it has an eclipse that it's known as the black moon? Theoretical question for you. But I do start my reads off with a prayer, so bear with me. Divine Spirit, I pray that all are lifted out of clouds into the sunshine and promise of hope. That freedom, peace, acceptance and understanding become a valuable currency with abundance for all. O Divine Spirit, I pray that the works in this stream delivers evidence of the eternity of the human spirit, flowing into faith that our combined prayers are limitless. Amen. And yes, the world needs all of our healing prayers. We may not feel... I think we're in a time where we feel helpless and things feel hopeless. But our combined prayers are limitless. Have a look at all of you guys praying for my good health. I was expecting to be a bit down and out, but it didn't happen. So I was preparing for the worst, expecting the best, but you guys also brought in the combined prayers of good health, and here I am. So, faith Space and VT. Welcome back in and thank you. Yes. Okay, on to the readings, because I know that's why you're here. I'm not fooling myself. I know that's why you're here. I know you miss me, but let's face it, it's the readings you're here for. It's what I have is incurable. It's not contagious. It's not deadly, as in die straight away. I will die with it, not because of it. Yet living with it, I'm thinking 10 years ago when there was absolutely no treatments, how did they cope? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm grateful. Oh, thank you, Horse-Drawn Portrait. I'm really, really grateful that, yes, it's a chaotic time. Yes, there's things happening that I dislike. However, modern medicine might keep me alive for quite a lot longer than had I been 10 years older. And how many of us have thought we were born in the wrong century? Me. I've thought I was born in the wrong century ever since I was a kid. I do have some lags going on here. They are doing some works to redirect a river near me. So, just bear with me. And Scorpio, can you understand trying to make up your mind whether something's for real? I get like devil energy coming through. Like, is it for real or is it trying to trick me? And this is for Scorpio. So, yep. Okay. I feel like you're pulled in two separate directions with this one. There's passion. So this is another person. I feel as if you may be testing this person. Cheeky you. I do feel as if you may be testing this person. And it's all based on past experiences. Lovers. Was I right about it being another person or not? And devil energy. There you go. It's almost like this person's too good to be true. They're not. They're worth a shot. I do feel as if there may be a distance between the two of you geographically. But I do feel the person is wanting to at least meet you halfway. At least meet you halfway. Ray the Dragon, welcome in. The queue's full at the moment, but give me a chance. In terms of meeting in person, I'm picking up. This is a person that likes to take charge. Don't be surprised if they mention meeting. Yeah, and I feel as if I'm getting the impression of quite an influential person in their workspace. You're feeling they're going to have to come all the way because you really can't stretch the pennies. You're fearing that they will stop taking a chance because if they suggest halfway, you won't be able to do it. And you're fearing that if you say, I can't do it, that they will disappear. I want to say they don't invest their time in things they don't feel are valuable. I feel it's the same as you. You do not invest time in things you don't feel are valuable. But you're still testing this person like crazy. And I feel as if something that happened recently, I want to say in the last 3 to 4 days, has had you tossing and turning at night. Sorta. Why not ask them to rephrase it? You're always tossing and turning since birth. No, this is because of something they mentioned. And I feel you shrunk away from that something rather than... I feel it might have been... You're in no contact now. Okay? It might have been sort of like a booty call or... I've had long distance situations, don't get me wrong, where the person has requested an adults only Zoom chat or an adults only FaceTime. And I've said no to it. And I'm getting that feeling that there might have been... And that's what made you think there was devil energy there. Oh, yeah. Spicy time. Oh, I'd be grandma. Ray the Dragon, I would be grandma. But can you understand why I'm picking up a Balinese type energy with this read? I'm 58, so I've got great nieces and nephews. Great nieces and nephews, but that's okay, Scorpio. I'm picking up a Bali, a feel of Bali. That's okay. I'm sure of this feeling I'm picking up. So bear it in mind. It may come up in some sort of communication, and I get why you don't trust them. If they travel for work, I would say yes, it's Bali. But then again, there are a lot of islands that are like Bali. We've got Thailand is another one that comes to mind. Ah, Ray, I never thought of that. My guides could be showing me Bali, and it could be a field of Bali. But I'm aware of a field of Bali. So my guides use my own memory. So if it was a field of Bali, they would show me the field. But then they've surprised me before. But Scorpio, I feel this individual has disrupted your sleep, particularly in the last 3 to 4 days. Okay, my guide just added, okay, 10 of Wands at the bottom. My guide just added that you've been watching general reads. And something about a retrograde and a return of someone. Please ignore that. I feel that's what's weighing you down. Someone keeps mentioning a return of somebody, and in a general read, they're reading for hundreds of people. So they're bound to hit it. If you're reading for hundreds of people, you're bound to hit a yes somewhere. But I feel it's not with you, Scorpio. You're worried about the person's inconsistency. They keep popping up. There. You have to let them know that just popping up every now and again is not what you want. Yeah, but let them know just popping up every now and again is not what you want. If they want this to work with you, they have to commit to it at least once a week to start off with. Or whatever. I'm using once a week as an example, but you need to set the pace. Because I feel it'll get you out of the stuck energy you're in at the moment. And I actually do believe they will step up. Sometimes if we're doing the online distance communication, it's like me. It's like me. Yikes, forever welcome in. Sometimes you get a different me, depending on what's been going on during my week. And sometimes it can be as simple as a phone call I had just before I went live. So bear that in mind, that you may see 2 different personalities or 3 different personalities, but you don't know them well enough. So I would start setting your boundaries, saying, I don't want this every now and again thing. I want you to contact me at least this amount of time. Thank you for the Hydrate Star. And Scorpio, which oracle would you like? I've got 13th Oracle, Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit. Sign of the Times. Okay, by Crystal Banner. And I'm going to have some coffee. Oh, there we go. Yeah, these are the dizzying cards. So I won't keep them on stream. I feel like it could be choices or anchor that comes up. Because I feel in responding to this person, you're letting them know they can call any time. And what you need from them is, okay, I've got this availability. You contact me on this day every week. It doesn't matter how it's always been. You get to set the pace forward from now. It's never too late to start setting the pace. It might have suited you when it started, but it's like confusing as heck right now. Okay. You don't deserve the confusion, Scorpio. If they can't step up to where you need them to be, you're better off knowing now. My guides are taking their time again with these oracle cards, so just bear with them. They eventually get there. They want me to get the right one, and until the right one comes at the top, they play with me a bit. And no, unlike some people, I don't take flip outs. I know it's dramatic, I know it's good visual, but there we go. Stars, divine guidance. Not quite what I expected, but we'll see. I do get seasonally you're different on your different seasons. You're in one season. Yes, I know I expected the anchor. I said that. But as I said, my guides surprised me too. Yikes. Do you think? I don't think. But then again, I'm not viewing it from where you are. So, no, if I say the anchor, I generally think it's something along those lines. But we'll see. Divine guidance is a good one. Okay. Looking up at the stars at night can be a magical and almost spiritual experience. They are a reminder that we are here on a rock, floating in the middle of a mysterious universe. If you are seeking direction or guidance, you will receive answers and clarity soon. The human experience is linked to the stars for centuries. Navigators have used them to learn where they are on the earth. Astronomers have used them to learn where we are in the universe. And astrologers have used them to help us find our place in both. Right now, you may be unclear on different areas of your life, or wonder why certain things are happening. Spirit is asking you to connect by setting intentions. See, my guides don't fail me. I may have thought a certain card, but they still don't fail me. So setting your intentions. Asking for guidance and looking up for answers. Allow the universe to work its magic by asking from the heart and being open to the way the answers come to you. You will be pointed in the right direction. The stars tell you where you are. And additional meanings are: have faith in yourself. Clarify on what direction you go next. Vivid dreams and dream visitations. Stargaze to relax. And I feel the asking is it. Seriously, asking appears like 3 times in Crystal Banner's version of it. And I feel the asking of the questions that set your boundaries is as much part of the reading as what the rest of it is. You need to ask for what you want. expect that they may have a different outlook. But I feel as if there's a meeting halfway. It's like too much stagnancy at the moment. And you can request that, Scorpio. It doesn't have to just be them. If that's what you desire, request it. And the universe can sometimes take human form. Never forget that either. So hopefully that resonated for you, Scorpio. And Janine, welcome in. And Star, yes, it's you. I'm picking up Twilight Zone energy. Yes, the universe can take human form. For example, you could be thinking of a problem or an issue that you have. I'll just clarify with Scorpio darkness, with Scorpio here. You can have a vision of an outcome, for example, and 3 people can come across your path and say, move on. The universe is actually communicating to you by the people you come across. So never think that the seemingly coincidental interactions we have with others aren't the universe talking to you. You see now? Okay, Star. I was picking up Twilight Zone energy. It's almost like, oh no, not again. I feel as if there may be an invoice that's come in, or a bill that's come in, and it's like back to the drawing board. Just let me know if that makes sense. 7 of Swords, okay. Yeah, something stopped you in your tracks here. Yeah, really stopped you in your tracks. This is a big one, Star. Blame it on the moon. Ha, the moon came up. Blame it on the moon. I actually feel you may have had the assumption it's been paid, or you may have actually paid it. Go through check stubs. Not that we have checks anymore, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah, it's put everything in limbo. I get that. And it's like hurting limbo. But I want to say check past payments, because I feel you may have already paid it. Or there's a miscalculation in the amount. I feel that there may be someone who's... You haven't heard back from any of your applications. Okay. I feel someone's giving you advice at the wrong time. It's like you just want to be left alone. Yeah, double check. But I'm feeling as if someone deals with this type of stress very different to you. Like, if I was... My guides are giving me how I deal with it. I'm like an ostrich. I bury my head in the sand until it resolves itself. And there's someone that deals with it that way, and there's another person that deals with it proactively. I feel it might be your partner, might be your husband. You're going to come back to the same conclusion. Even though you deal with it differently, you're going to come to the same conclusion. There's a successful outcome. And the successful outcome is going to shock you. Yeah. The only positive sword card that's come up here is the Four of Swords. I feel timing is everything with this. Yeah, I can understand the not being passive. I like to be proactive, but there are some things that I deal with that it's like, okay, universe, it's your turn now. And I throw it out to the universe because I feel as if the worrying about it is mentally and physically exhausting. But as I said, go through past payments, because either how it was calculated is incorrect or you've already paid it before. Okay. I know the waiting games are the worst. Trust me, I've had most of 2025 for me has been a waiting game on other people doing things. I know it's not going to take the pressure off you right now, Star, but I do feel in the long run it will work itself out to your favour. I feel as if there's been a lot of discussion about this going on. A lot of just talk. Hey TC, hope your streams have been going well. I know time's ticking, but I'm picking up that a lot of this is internal. And the words of my grandmother are ringing in my ear now. And I want to do her justice. She would say, times like this are sent to try us. And faith in knowing we've survived worse will get us through. And she was a very devout, religious woman. But she would also say, times like this are meant to try us, but remember you've survived worse. And I feel as if you needed to hear that, Star. She comes in whenever I feel as if I need to hear it. Be true to the teeth. Yeah, or they be false to you. Exactly. I ignored that one, unfortunately. It's not your fault. Remember, you have survived worse positions than this. Because I feel like before you were family oriented, what in your single days, for example, you were in worse messes than this and you got through. Yeah, see, I don't like that last bit. I'll survive them until I don't. It's like, that's telling the universe that one day you won't survive it. And it's like, the universe better make me survive it. Yeah, there you go. So you have survived worse than this. You will survive this too. And I do feel like the solution is going to come out of nowhere and it's going to be more positive than what you thought. And Star, you've been a follower of mine since I first started streaming. So I do have to say that try not to worry, but I know you. It's like I'm picking up that, yeah, and also I feel as if your thinking is, I wanted to start prepping for Christmas. Do you get what I mean? It's like you wanted to forward think to Christmas. And seeing that word trekking reminds me of that. Star trekking across the universe. Sorry, better going forward than in reverse. It was a little ditty in the 70s or 80s or somewhere like that. And it was just weird. And I feel as if that is just you. Sorry, Vrage the Dragon. Trust me all you like, I'll get little ditties stuck in your head all the time. I'm devilish like that. But Star, hopefully that resonates and gives you something to focus on. Because it's like it's going to come out of nowhere and successfully disappear. But I got like this sword straight away. You can still plan the fun stuff. And speaking of that, seriously, Scorpio, my playlist, you would not even think it was mine. But I'm just getting back to my mojo. The things that I remember, thank you for the hydrate, Star. The things I remember growing up, and I've had this discussion with my mum because my mum always thought that she was in competition with everybody else as to what us kids wore and, you know, the shoes we had and just strange things like that. The things I remember were getting together with neighbourhood kids and making mud pies and throwing them at each other. playing ant ambulances, like squishing an ant and pretending an ambulance was coming. And they cost nothing, and yet my mum was worried that I wasn't associating with the kids because of the clothes I wore. And I have to do a stretch. Evelyn, thank you for the stretch. Oh, there we go. Yes, I was an ant killer. But as kids, those activities cost nothing. And yet the amount of hours that we could occupy ourselves with those random things. And the reason I say that is I fear, Star, that you may actually be feeling the same way of providing for your children is important. And that comes to mind as well when this type of thing comes up. Yes, at least I called them an ambulance horse-drawn portrait. That's right. I was nice enough to get an ambulance for them. But these neighbourhood kids went on to, including myself, we all went on to have very successful careers because we built our imagination. And in building our imagination, it was... my mum was a worrywart. Also, a pretty... Mum and Dad struggled. I'm not going to say they didn't. My mum and... Okay, true story. I didn't find this out until I was 27. My first full-time job was when I was 15. Zabby Ninja Time, welcome in. My first full-time job was when I was 15. I didn't find out till I was 27, but my 15-year-old full-time job paid more than my dad's permanent job. And they raised 4 kids on that amount of money. And I got a new appreciation for what struggles they went through, to tell you the truth. But I was 27 before I found that out. And yeah, it was a big deal. Okay, here we go. Last Coca-Cola. And yes, the weather has started warming up here, so I will be... Blue Moss Dragonette was fastest finger first. The weather has started warming up, so I will be able to do a wash test for the blanket. Because I was raised in a Catholic family, just to answer Scorpio's question, I was raised in a Catholic family where the eldest was to produce children or become a nun. And I had no desire for children. So early on, I was a workaholic. So it was expected in Catholic families that the eldest child, if they didn't marry early, they should join the convent or the priesthood, depending on gender. And yes, within my family, I have a cousin who is a friar and joined the choir part of the friar. But I do have cousins who are nuns too. So it was still big. And times have changed so much that I'm glad those pressures aren't placed on people anymore. So I fought the pressure. That's why I became successful in my career. But once it was realized that my career was a worthwhile endeavor, I was supported. Don't get me wrong, there was a pressure or an expectation that you would become a nun if you didn't want children. However, at the same time, it was never a real you have to pressure. A friar is like a monk, but it's the Franciscan order. Sorry, yes, I did all my Catholic studies right up until I started work. So I even did my first communion, my confirmation, my Bible studies. I did all of that as a dutiful Catholic child. And then at 13, I switched faiths to spiritualism. And my grandmother didn't speak to me for 2 years. But I found out later she was just concerned for me. She was just concerned that I'd joined a cult. Well, there you go. I actually worked in a Catholic school. Just to give you a little bit of... Even though I wasn't Catholic, I worked in a Catholic school. Because I was the only applicant that actually had all the Catholic qualifications. It's bizarre. I wasn't a practicing Catholic. I made it quite clear that I wouldn't toe the Catholic line on abstinence. And I still got the job. So, worked in a Catholic school. But there you go. Now, last Coca-Cola, you are up. And I'm feeling like last Coca-Cola is drifting in and out for some reason. You're welcome, Scorpio. No question too bizarre. And I'm the type of person that I'll speak honestly. If I don't want to answer it, I won't. But last Coca-Cola, please pop up. I feel as if you're drifting in and out. And let me just check another screen for a minute. I'm just checking another screen. Only because I sort of have to. Sort of have to. Oh, come on, fingers, work. And Wonderosity, you've been popping up consistently. Thank you for that. Okay. Here I am. Okay, sorry for the silence except for the typing. It's my nails hitting the keys. And I used to be able to type really, really well, but can't anymore. Girly Devil, welcome in. There you go. We've got lots of chat going on. And as I said, I was getting the feeling of last Coca-Cola drifting in and out. And there's a reason for it. So I'm going to put these cards down for now. And look at my list. And I will do the next. So, Evelyn, that would be you. Frey the Dragon, subs usually get boosted up, but we're in fastest finger first mode. And hopefully Evelyn is still there. Hello, Evelyn. Now, I feel as if you're wanting a love reading. Why am I getting this? I really get the feeling that you're seeking a love reading. And I was going to do a whole stream on about love readings and not to pay attention to them too much, because sometimes we can be picking up on another person's desperation, not desperation, that's probably the wrong word, but strength of emotion. So Evelyn, just yes, no at this stage. And then after that, it's yes, no, unless you want to give more. Can you understand desiring a love reading, Evelyn? Okay, I haven't had a lag. Sinful, hello, welcome into the stream. Okay, there we are. I feel as if you're in two minds. You're in like Two of Swords mentality, actually. It's like, I don't want to disrupt my life too much. Will this person fit in? Okay. And I feel you're generous. When it comes to connections, I feel you go in 110%. Cook for, clean for. You go in 110% and people just take. You feel like you have been patient and you do deserve something good from the universe. Just yes, no. You're scared that you're up against a seducer or a player. You're feeling as if the person that is around you may have other options. Now, I want to get real for a second, if it's okay with you, Evelyn. Putting the cards down. Let's get real. Let's get real. I feel, so what if they've got other options? You're the prize, not what you do for them, not what you contribute. You're the prize. Because I feel as if you have a really generous heart. You like traditional things way more than your age counterparts. And your generosity of spirit is phenomenal. Evelyn, remember that. There is no competition to you at all. And this person, if they want you, they're going to have to measure up. Let's put it that way. Let them measure up. And I feel you cook for this person at their will. Like provide meal, like an evening meal after work. They already know you can cook. Don't do it again. Say, oh, let's go out. You're married also. Okay. Can you understand being taken advantage of with putting a meal on the table at the end of every workday? And never getting taken out? That's the only way this is going to make sense. Okay, I can understand that. That is a good start if they bring home the food. However, it's like they can bring home the food, but sometimes it's nice to be treated special. And I feel like that's missing. That makes sense now. I know. Nobody makes me do it, and I do it for people I barely know. I did it just the other night. But that's the kind of person I am, and I'm getting the same vibe with you, Evelyn. It's the kind of person I am, I do it. However, I feel you're in a situation where you need to feel special. Okay. I feel as if you deserve a treat. Particularly by the person you're married to. You deserve a treat. There you go. I feel something got forgotten and it hurt your feelings. So it was either an anniversary or your birthday. Something got forgotten and it hurt your feelings. I feel it's typical male syndrome from the cards I'm seeing. You know, men, they can get into comfort mode really quick. And I'm gathering that was a no about the forgetting. But nothing's been forgotten. My guide said yes, it has. I feel as if either that or you had a celebration that was pushed aside. Because my guide said yes, it has. It's been forgotten. Whether it was a promise made a little while ago, I stick with my guide when I get this because they're usually right. Yeah, the polar opposite of comfort mode is also bad. I know, when you're on tenterhooks all the time. Thank you for that. added perspective, Ray. Then start talking to family and friends, because I feel as if you're prioritizing a person and they're taking advantage. And it's like you're numb. And your numbness has started feeling like you're in competition with someone. Whether it be in competition with this person's mother. And no one should ever feel like they're in competition with anyone. Then give yourself a good old metaphorical shake, Evelyn, because at the moment, your household needs that metaphorical shake too. I feel like I'm in Groundhog Day. And it's led your mind to think that you're in competition with other people. I don't get reality. As I said, you're the prize. So I'm not picking up reality. Okay. Shush. They're going too fast at the moment, Evelyn. They're going too fast at the moment. I'm feeling that at a young age, you went off the rails a little bit and there was something legal tied up there. I actually feel comfort zone. Like I'm comfortable. What do I have to worry about? Everything is stable. You're at a crossroads because I feel as if there's been little action physically. That's why I said I think the household needs a shake-up. You're suspicious about no physical intimacy or little physical intimacy. No, that's fine, Evelyn. That's what I was picking up. There was something illegal. Something that was law. I feel it has gone to the courts. Sorry, I have to get up. That's okay, last Coca-Cola. I assumed that. I've left you in. So you will be next. And you've also felt underappreciated. That's what I was saying. Underappreciated, taken advantage of. Yeah. I would speak about it with those closest to you, Evelyn. If not, find yourself a good therapist. But please promise me that you'll still be around for my next stream. Make that one promise to everybody in the chat. Promise that you'll be around for the next stream a week away. Yeah, a lot of people, I would say that's why you need a therapist. But promise me, Evelyn, that you will be around for the next stream. No. No, I feel as if there's a comfort level, and even if you take your man along to the therapy sessions, I would have a couple by yourself first. But just promise me you will be around for the next stream, Evelyn. Make that promise. We're all here for you, as Bray said. Yeah. You don't deserve to be treated in any way like that. And I agree with that, but I feel you need to get it all out. So make that promise to me and everyone in stream. Evelyn. Mwah. Keep that generous you, because it's beautiful what I saw. And thank you for making that promise, Evelyn. We look forward to having a chat next stream. See, you've got everybody's support in this stream, Evelyn. Come back. And there's more that have been through it than what you could ever imagine. So I know perpetrators love to make you feel alone. They love to make you feel alone. Anyway, last Coca-Cola, you are up. And, okay, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place with the queue so full. So hopefully last Coca-Cola you haven't been called away by Bub again, demanding new baby. We're getting there, Janine. Thank you for putting up the list, though. I know the baby isn't doing it on purpose, but... does that command work, Scorpio? See, doesn't matter how old you get, you learn something new every day. So... there we go. It's done it. Horse-drawn portrait, you are up. Woohoo! Thank you, Scorpio. Okay. That's okay. You're up now, Horse-Drawn Portrait, so... I know I've got 10 nieces and nephews, may not have any myself, but know how demanding they can be. And it's one of the reasons why you'll rarely catch me using soulmate as a romantic partner reference, because our first soulmates are our parents, because our physical vessel relies totally on them. That's okay, you rotated, so, it didn't work. Oh, it put to the last. Okay, I'll get there. Horse-Drawn Portrait, you are up first. Horse-Drawn Portrait, are you considering studying? Or taking classes? Oh, but nothing was going through. Okay, well, you'll be next, last Coca-Cola. We know you've got a lot on your plate. Sleep paralysis. Tell me about it. I've had it. Is glitchy Twitch happening again? There's nothing this end. Thank goodness. Okay, I feel you will on this one. And I feel it has something to do with tech side of things. The technology side of things. Okay, yeah. It's either technology or what I do. And trust me, if you're following me on Discord, I will be starting up, now that I know my health is on a bit of an even keel, I will be starting up classes. So follow me on Discord under the same name. My server is under the same name. Yes, really, Horse-Drawn Portrait, because I feel as if it's either tech or what I do. And that's a shameless plug, isn't it? But I feel as if you've planted a seed and are looking forward to it growing. It's like a thought came to your head and you're like, I've got to do that. 10 of Cups. Yeah, this is just thinking and then all of a sudden things falling into place. Can you understand that, Horse-Drawn Portrait? You thought you were kidding yourself, but I actually feel as if you've had the thought and things are now starting to fall into place. Well, it's $5 Australian per session. So I think that's not much worldwide. Dana, hello. That's not much worldwide. So Australian dollar is pretty high. So converting it's actually good. Well, mine's up front. $5 Australian per session. Not in advance. Anyway, you got to be kidding me. Look at this card. I feel like the notion struck you and all of a sudden things are falling into place. And I get that you're just tight. It never strikes you And yet for this, it's falling into place. Well, depending on your music repertoire, Ray, guides use music, believe it or not, particularly if you're into music yourself. They'll use whatever music references they have. And horse-drawn portrait, I feel as if you're wanting to get out. You're wanting things to be like they were pre-2020. It's almost like every idea you have sticks you at home. And I know in terms of the cost stuff, the going into debt, 9 years of university created more debt for me than any other activity I've ever done in my life. So I get that. I can't say it was not worth it. It was, but in terms of the debt, you're stuck with it for life. I get a feeling of arguing with yourself as well. It's almost like you've had all these bizarre ideas coming to your mind and you're arguing with them. What would it be that I do? I teach you how to tune in. I can't clarify it much more than that. It's not 6 easy lessons. It's not one lesson and you're out there doing it yourself. You could be, but it's in terms of what I teach is how to do it. And it's like, how long is a piece of string? Depends on how long the string is. Well, how long is the piece of string? And it keeps going round and round and round and round. But most people who are drawn to the classes are actually intuitive in some way, so it's just developing that intuition. And believe it or not, our past hurts. Some of the most fantastic intuitive mediums I know of have had the crappiest lives. And it reminds me of one of my mentors when I went back to university told me that the most beautiful roses only grow when their feet are covered in manure. Or when the roots are covered in manure. And that let me know that sometimes to be good at something, we've got to experience the worst of life. No, I'll teach you how to turn it off. Don't worry, that's one of the first lessons. You can't live the human life you are here to experience if you don't know how to turn it off. Okay. Yeah, it's like I'm toing and froing horse-drawn portrait. I'm going backwards and forwards. And just think, a week of decision making A week is going to pass by whether you made that decision or not. A year will pass by whether you've made that decision or not. Because I feel as if this decision-making process may have started a year ago. Yeah, but it passes by, and it's like, I want things to change. I want to get out of this indecision mode. And I'm just going to respond to Ray for a minute. I don't want to come back, believe it or not. Accessing past lives is only a fraction of what spirit can do. And if I keep accessing my past lives without living this life to its fullest, I know I'm going to have to come back. And I'm sorry, this life has been just so... Ugh. I'm not coming back. It's been underway for a long time. Yeah. I feel you're close to being certain. Horse-drawn portrait. With the Knight of Wands here, see how the Knight of Wands is purposeful? I feel as if you're close to being certain. Oh, Scorpio, if you come back, I'll be your guide. I don't care. I'll be up there doing my thing. I love you enough to come back, but I don't want to come back, so I'll be up there. I'll be your guide. I'll be one of your soul connections. Yet I'll be doing it from the heavenly spheres. And yeah, but the biggest journeys have to start with the first step, horse-drawn portrait. And I feel like that's where you're stuck, is taking that first step. I'd do it to make you proud of yourself, horse-drawn portrait. Because if you're proud of yourself, your person's going to be proud of you anyway. Do you know what I mean? Your person's going to celebrate your successes. In any realm. But for some reason, I feel as if it's not what I'm doing, it is something along the lines of social work. Yes, I do think that. I also feel as if whatever thoughts you're having towards a career, there is also a path that doesn't require school. It requires starting at the bottom and working your way up, but I see you working your way up. Believe it or not, there was one career I had, and all my careers, they lent to the next step, if that makes any sense to you, was volunteering. I knew how to knit. And one of my first jobs was volunteering in an aged care facility to sit with the aged care people and knit and do activities. And that was a volunteer position. And yet it was on my resume and I got the next job pretty quick. And it was a paid one. So, horse-drawn portrait, the path doesn't necessarily have to be starting with education. My education didn't come until my mid-20s. Everything else was life taught. And there was one lady I used to sit with, and she used to spin her own yarn, as in think Amish, spinning from the wool of a sheep. No, Kingmaker can be anything. It can be anything you're good at. Like, I played cards with them as well, but I already knew how to play poker. But they taught me a few other things. I taught them some things, and has to be knitting. Well, you can make your own clothes, but I make my own clothes anyway. The jumper I was wearing last week was handmade by me. And I did 2 others and sold them overseas. So, horse-drawn portrait, you never know where your next step is going to be, but you do have to take the first step. So, I used volunteering as an example. I feel at the moment you and your person are ships passing in the night. It's almost like there's not much communication going on. And I think I said that in your last read, but I'll stick to this one because I feel as if you need to make that decisive decision of your next step. Well, there you go, horse-drawn portrait. The first thing I did was give like knitting is an art. Let's just say it is an art. I volunteered at an aged care facility, did what I knew how to do, and I ended up, my next position was actually activities manager at a different aged care facility. With no qualifications whatsoever, I went from volunteer position to head of a department. Now, it's only an example I'm using, but you have to start somewhere. And yes, I had to door knock for it. I had to go to a few places and say, I would like to volunteer. But just remember, volunteering it can be a step in the right direction. And I was only volunteering for 6 months, but the person who was the head of that department gave me an excellent reference for the next one. And I don't think it's used very often nowadays, but there was a saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And you actually have to be out there. You have to be out there doing to meet people that can be. That it's not what you know, it's who you know. And horse-drawn portrait, hopefully that resonates in some way, shape or form. Because I feel you need to take a step. It's like you're stuck in the indecisive. Well, you said it yourself. You'd like to keep your art in the mix. I've just given you one example of how you can do that. Go to aged care facilities or retirement villages in your area and ask, do they have an activities program? And if they don't, say, okay, thank you. I've got an idea. I'm an artist. I would like to teach your residents how to do whatever. And let it go from there. Exactly. It's the and experience. So you need the networking, but you need the experience. So I've just given you one idea. There's many to keep your art in the mix, horse-drawn portrait. And which oracle would you like? I have 13th oracle, vintage wisdom, sign of the times, law of positivism, magic of unicorns, energy and spirit. You get to choose which one, horse-drawn portrait. Since I did the stretch, I didn't realise my skirt was as loose as what it was. So you get to choose which oracle, horse-drawn portrait. Law of positivism. Okay. And this is by Shireen Oberg. And if you've been on my stream when I've been doing these oracles, you will know that I don't always agree with Shireen Oberg. But I let you know if I don't. And I give you my opinion on it, or why I don't agree with it. But oracles aren't about whether I agree with it. It's about your choice. And I do feel a next step is coming up. And it's like, I'm getting a good vibe about the next step. Now, my guides took a while with the last oracle, so let's see how they go with this one. I think it's going to be the same. Yep. I think it's going to be the same. There we go. Okay. Movement helps my energy and emotions to flow. I knew it was... See, the last time I didn't get the anchor, so I didn't say... I get what you mean, horse-drawn portrait, but it's like you have to move, whichever way it goes. And I get like the chrysalis and the butterfly being released from the chrysalis. It's like you have to move. You have to make a decision. And I always say there's never have to in life, because it's your life. You need to determine its purpose. But I get action is needed. Anyway, Shireen Oberg says about this card, movement helps my energy and emotions to flow. Everything in life is constantly moving and changing. And movement is the key to transformation and creation. If we are not moving our bodies, the energy can't move properly, and the emotional bodies can stagnate. Physical movement moves our whole body and is what our bodies are made for. Do you have movement and flow in your life? Are you feeling stuck with emotions, thoughts, or energy flow? There are many ways of moving the body, including physical movement, exercise, yoga, I'm going to skip over that word, it's unimportant, and other physical practices. But it can also be movement through conscious breathing and subtle movement with the eyes. Any way that you can see if a small or big activation exercise can help you and your emotions flow more. Emotions can get stuck in our body, especially when unexpressed, when the body hasn't fully embodied the feeling. It is unresolved and needs a way to be moved and transformed. The same goes for your energy and the subtler aspects of your body. Now is the time to integrate more movement into daily practice to move forward on your healing path. And we've all seen the Chair-A-Size for seniors ads, I think. You can do it sitting in a chair. And I am sorry, I did have a bit of a hiccup there. So I will go back. Breathing exercises that move energy and emotions. Simple eye movements, up, down, side to side, and around. Shaking, dancing, or singing. Yes, we are back. I did repeat what got skipped. And symbolism of the card. The peacock is the angelic realm. And the butterfly is lightness. So keep that purity and lightness about you, Horse-Drawn Portrait. And I do believe that making that decision to move forward is the key to getting things unstuck. And for you, I get that it's movement forward. So it's seeing your dream and seeing how you can bring it into practice. And yes, for some people, like, you can't be a lawyer and go and volunteer to be a lawyer. You got to pass the bar, or in Australia, yeah, it's still pass the bar in Australia. All Westminster systems require education. But do you see where I'm going with that? It's some professions, yes, you need that formal education. Other professions, you can circumvent it by building your network. But making that movement forward is important. And Shake the Groove thing. Another song. There you go, Ray, if you're still here. Oh, I miss the 70s. They had some good music. If it's a desire for better, don't sit in the desire phase for too long, Horse-Drawn Portrait. Take action. Take movement towards it. Okay, now ask Coca-Cola. You will be next. see if we're successful this time. There we go. Oh, Wonderosity missed out again. Oh, let's see. Now, last Coca-Cola, I'm actually feeling the need for protection. It's like there's part of me that's in fear at the moment of something. Can you understand that last Coca-Cola? Part of you is in fear of something. Just yes or no. I'm just checking my bit rate at the moment, so it's doing fine. There you go. There we are. Yeah. I feel as if you're fearful. I know you mentioned it before. This is why you're fearful of the sleep paralysis thing. The being wide awake but being so exhausted you can't do anything. And I feel that a vehicle of some description is involved. You refreshed. The lag could be my part. I did drop off stream before. Just let me know when you're back. That'd be good. I can have coffee now while last Coca-Cola refreshes. Okay. I was picking up that there's a fear that operating a vehicle, you're concerned because of your tiredness while operating a vehicle. So a car. And I feel you haven't gone out because of it. You may have gone out to get fresh air, if that makes sense, but it's sort of like the fear is there keeping me stuck. Okay. Then the fear's keeping you stuck, but it's topped by the sun, so I don't see. Okay, let me get. You're fearing things aren't working in life. And I get with your partner. If it's not a vehicle, it's with your partner. And someone does drive, in Australia we call them utes, but it's a truck. A truck with an open, open canopy back. Okay, do you call it a pickup truck? In Australia, we call it a ute. So, see, different countries, different words. It's got an open flatbed at the back that's got sides. So, yes, that's a pickup truck. you're wanting things to be in balance, but you don't know how to create that balance. I feel your partner wants to upgrade the truck, and you're like, not now. See, as I said, I got a vehicle, and it's like the fear is surrounding the vehicle, and it's like they want to upgrade the truck, and you're like, not now. 2 kids in tow, you're not upgrading the truck. Just let me know if that resonates, because I'm getting that it's off balance here. Like priorities are skewed. He wants you to... and he wants an upgrade. Okay. That's a good decision for you. Last Coca-Cola, I don't know why you're stressing out about that. It's like, I want to protect you and our family. But I got the upgrade of a vehicle for safety. So, yeah. Go for it. Get it. I feel it came out of the blue, though. I feel like there's nothing really wrong with your vehicle. Yeah. And I do feel as if there's some urging for you to get out in society as well. For you to get out of the house. Join a mother's group, or join a local kindergarten, creche, daycare centre. I don't know what they're called. Like, even in Australia, I wouldn't know the right words to use now. Okay, there you go. Get the vehicle. Get the new vehicle. The thought of... I want to say, whenever a he thinks of getting a vehicle for their partner, they're thinking safety. Yeah, and I feel as if getting out of the house is... It's almost like it's going to happen, because it can't stay this way. So join a local mothers group. Some mothers groups are connected to churches, but they're not churchy. Trust me, I took my sister's kids to them. They're not churchy. Screaming kids, you can never be pious when you've got screaming kids around you. Yeah, I feel like join a mother's group, because all the feelings you're having now that are keeping you stuck inside can be aided by other parents. Page of Cups. Yeah, there's success here. There's change, which makes everybody feel nervous. But there is success here. I feel as if you don't have to return to work for at least 6 weeks. 6-7 weeks. So stop worrying about work and start focusing on your health. And with the Ace of Swords underneath all of this, I feel you need to take the action. And accept the car. For goodness sakes, accept the car. It'll be safer. It'll make you feel safer. November. Okay, I can live with that. That is probably about 6 weeks, isn't it? 10th, 11th. No. Yeah, 6 weeks. Just. 6-7 weeks. Yeah, that is November. Believe it or not. But you need to fill in the time. as I said, some of the daycare setups or the mothers group setups are connected to churches. Then trust me, they aren't preachy. They are just space for mothers to connect. There you go. You need to talk to other mothers. I feel there's a lot going on. Yeah, I get that. And please keep your appointments with the postnatal physicians, because your emotions are going through chaos right now. Most women think that carrying the child, your emotions go through chaos. And yes, to some degree they do. But not like it is after they pop out. Because you've got your mind emotions and your hormonal emotions sort of having a sword fight inside your body. But have a look at, I feel there's a small group of mothers that get together. Check Meetup. That's another place that they're advertised or spoken of. The app Meetup. There is a mother's group near you. I'm convinced of it. From what I'm seeing, it's within walking distance. So check Meetup, check local church flyers. I feel as if there is a meetup group within walking distance to your place. So please do that for me, Last Coca-Cola. And you've got an open whisper with me on Twitch at the moment, so feel free to use it. I've got my own medical appointment, so don't expect an immediate answer. But I will get back to you, that much I do promise. That's okay. Just look around for them, Last Coca-Cola. And as I said, don't forget to check Meetup. It's an app. It's probably too old for Twitch, basically. It's but I feel there is a small, cost-effective meetup group near you. I live in an isolated part. Seriously. And Meetup is an option, but so are local council groups, so are local churches. And they're not preachy, they're just activity-based. Yeah, check it out, and yeah, by all means, check out Meetup, because I don't know why I said it. I do not know why I said it. I live in a pretty female-dominated area, and the females in the area tend to be loners. And yet I found a singles group that's like 5 minutes drive from my house. So never underestimate sources that you can find. And I do have to go for a walk. I am putting the list up, and I'm also putting the Be Right back up. Oh, Wonderosity, I will do the next so you can join. If you let me know that Janine is first when I get back. There we go, Wonderosity. It's clear for you now. Yes, no, it's not. It's actually, believe it or not, it's a single female dominated area. However, the rest of society knows about it as well. So you've got the unethical male section causing havoc. So if you think female dominated would be nice, no, it's not. It's scary AF. And yeah, you saw the picture of the house that got set on fire. I would rather, and this is going to sound totally sexist of me, but I would rather be a single female living amongst men. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you'd feel safer, wouldn't you? Think logically. You would feel safer. And for those of you who did see the picture, it was scary, and they came back last weekend. Everybody's allowed an opinion. It's just, this is how I'm feeling. But they came back last weekend to a burnt out shell and tried it again. And they were, the same guys that did it were even driving up the street today when I brought my bin in. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Sorry, excuse my French. But they know I'm the type to fight back. So I think I'm pretty right there. But I do have to go and take my walk. So I'll be back as soon as I can. And if I do get cut off while I'm in the Be Right Back, I will reactivate. So don't stress. And I am back. Hello. And yes, Wonderosity, thank you for that. Yeah, tiny little stories about me and my crazy world. And yes, last Coca-Cola. Yeah, it is crazy. But it does happen. It's like we need to live in balance, not in separation. So, yes, that's just my 2 cents worth. And yo, Mama, welcome in. Janine, you are up next. Or up first after the break, should I say. And I do know that sometimes Janine has to... There you are. Okay. Here we go. I feel as if there's a choice to make, but I feel it's a financial choice. I feel there's prioritizing finances over prioritizing wishes. Okay. Yep. Something with authority has come through quickly. It's like, and yes, sometimes we have to pause life to prioritize differently. And I feel like you've had to move something quickly to the top of the priority list. And you may see it as being selfish or putting things on hold when they're going really well. That's life. And I want to say the people that don't understand it don't have your best interests at heart. Because you're feeling as if things were moving along really well and yeah, prioritizing this yeah, but I feel you've had to. It's not a case of choice. It's have to. And I'd love to give the person a shout out, but I can't remember who it is at the moment. Rejection is God's protection. Start having that mindset, because I feel as if you prioritizing yourself, you feel like you've taken yourself off the market. Yeah. King of Cups. You're fearful that there's a person that's going to walk away. If they walk away because of your have-tos in life, are they really worth hanging around for the good stuff? And the have-to you've prioritized, I feel, has been going on since August. There's a question about work here, Janine. I feel as if you're up in your head about work, and it's not work itself, it's whether to move to a different workplace. But there is a fear that the stability might be lost. I want to say it's a fear, not a reality. Then if there's a transfer within the company to the different city, then yeah, why not? I do get that it's been on it's been an option for some time. I feel as if it's been an option for you for some time. I want to say over a month. And I want to say whatever you're working on, I feel you're feeling as if that will precisely over a month. Yeah, I was going to say the 2nd or 3rd of August. However, I feel as if you're looking at the next project as being something that can promote you. There you go. I'll stop there. I'm feeling a sadness in as if I'm turning my back on colleagues I've been close to. And that's what's delayed it. Yeah. But it's not so much the projects, because I feel like it won't be different elsewhere. I feel it's a sadness over colleagues you've become close to. As with all workplaces, there's usually a few we won't miss. You work independently. Then I want to say it's connections, workplace connections. Like how when I worked for myself, I had my own clients, and I did build a bond with those clients. And when I had to move, I really felt as if I was letting those clients down, or that I would really miss them. And yes, I did. In some respects, I did miss them. So I feel like it's the connections. And I want to say one in particular. That's okay. I get that you're quite emotional about the move. I feel it's business. The connection that I'm picking up is business. And the one thing I did learn in business is that everybody is replaceable. And it was one of the hardest lessons I had to learn, because I was a loyal person. I would make my decisions with every person I dealt with built into the decision-making process. And one hard lesson I learned was that everybody is replaceable. And to think that I would be irreplaceable to anyone was false. So I had to do what was right for me. And I feel like you're in that mindset at the moment. But it's like where you are, the cost of the premises you need is excessive. whereas where you move to, it won't be. The cost of living is higher than where you intend to move to. No, they're not showing up in this read, Janine. Even though the Lovers is here, I don't pick that up as a love interest. I do feel as if there's been a surprise in the love area, as in something concerning has cropped up. Something that you didn't expect cropped up. It's almost like, let's see, I'll give an example from my life. I was seeing somebody, and one Christmas, their sister was 60, okay? Their sister chucked a hissy fit, and I laughed. And I got the look of death from the sister, and all of a sudden, my person, like, it was funny, everybody else was laughing too. But my person at the time actually said I shouldn't have, it was cruel. And it's like, I wasn't the only person laughing, don't single me out. Yeah, like a look of thunder. Is that used elsewhere in the world? And instead of sticking up for my right to enjoy myself on Christmas Day, my person actually said I should have insulted their sister. And I'm like, ew. Seriously, it was a bit like that. It was a bit like the sister came first. And it's like, that's the kind of shock thing I'm getting. It's unexpected, but when it appears, you sort of double take. And you take a second look. So that's the only thing I can say about picking up on the romantic interest. Because I really don't get that. I get that work's the focus. Yeah, exactly, Janine. That's what I got. There's something that happened, that there was a rethink, whether it's the person you really want. But other than that, I get that work is the focus. There you are. That's what I have for you, Janine. Having said that, with the Wheel of Fortune positioned where it is, I feel the move will be a positive one. It, like any move, it'll take some settling in time, but it will be in the positive direction. Which oracle would you like, Janine? I have 13th Oracle, Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit. Sign of the Times. Okie dokie. Got to get myself another one of these decks. But I've just been packing up some decks, so they're too heavy to carry when I have to travel. Okay. I have no idea what's going to come up. So let's see what my guides deliver. And yeah, the oracles, they've been pretty slow. So they've been specific. And I don't take flippers. But if a single card flips, I'll let people know what it is. It's power lines. There we go. Butterfly metamorphosis. Exciting times. I feel like you've changed your mind on a lot of things, Janine. It's almost like an awakening. You may be experiencing many changes and even feel like you're transforming into a whole new person. A process that is not always pretty or comfortable. Inside of a chrysalis, caterpillars must break themselves down completely before they can make themselves as butterflies. You might be in a process of shedding who you used to be by moving away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. But remember, metamorphosis happens over time, and there is no need to rush the process. This painful process of transformation is preparing you for the next step of your journey. You may be considering changing the way you present yourself, including your appearance and interests. Don't hold back, because this is the time to make those changes. The person you are becoming is aligned with your higher self. So free yourself of concerns and welcome the ways you will emerge beautifully transformed. Okay, changes for the better, space for the new version of you, opportunity to change your ways, and changes in your social circle. There you are, Janine. That's what Crystal Banner had for you. I just get the let the inner beauty shine is what I got. There you go. No wonder I was just picking up on work stuff. It's like, I want to explore. It's like the move is also, please let me explore. Oops. There I go. There I go. There I go. You're welcome, Janine. Yeah, and as I said, I feel that the move will be positive. So there you go. Oh. One of my eyes is even twitching. Okay. Blue Moss Dragonette, you are up next. And I feel you've been in a time of rest and productivity at the same time, Blue Moss Dragonette. I feel like social things have taken a back seat for the time being. Okay, let's see what the cards have. So that's what yeah. You're not happy about the social things taking a rest. Don't worry, they'll come back. You've got the Three of Cups to the Sun. The social things will come back. Ten of Pentacles. I feel as if you're trying to let somebody know that you're stable. Okay. In letting them know you're stable, you're changing things. So I feel as if you may actually be decluttering or removing past objects. Two of Wands. Both. Okay. I feel as if there's been I'm going to have to get some water. There's been discussions with someone about inclusion, about re-including a younger person back into your life. Yeah, that hiccup was one of those hiccups that hurt. Okay. There's a fear. Is this your daughter that's being re-included into your life? Okay. I do have to ask that question because I'm feeling like a younger female. And there's a fear that the actions taken by the younger female or the younger female's past perceptions may rock the apple cart. I don't get that they will, but with the Ace of Pentacles coming out after it and the Six, yeah, I don't get that they will. I feel face things with truth and silver lining mentality, and things will be successful. I'm not sure whether you're preparing to introduce your daughter to somebody and you're fearful of what your daughter may say, but it's going to be a success. And I feel it boils down to your truthfulness within yourself. Okay, yeah. I feel it is going to be a successful, joyous reunion. There's a lot of fear though. So just be honest. And when I say honest, I mean Karen brutal honesty. Own up to things that weren't perfect. Own them. Because let's face it, perfection doesn't exist. And if it did, it's far too hard to maintain. So admit being imperfect. because it is through our imperfections that we form lasting connections. Connections that go beyond. Like, this is why I like the Irish side of myself. If you've ever been to an Irish wake, you know that all of the misdeeds you've ever done in your life as an Irish person are brought out at wakes. And the whole congregation laughs about it with tears. As in, oh, I missed that about them. And it's like, seriously? You missed this, that this Irish person who would make fun of everybody, you missed that about them? And people would be honest and they would say, well, yeah, they were cruel sometimes, but yeah, they were funny. And yes, this is what happens when you grow up pretty much attached, more in sync with your grandmother than your mother. So, yeah, I went to a few wakes in tow with my grandmother, and they'd say some pretty horrible things, but people would genuinely miss that about them. And I'd be like, well, I don't have to be all peaches and cream like my mum wants. I can be me. And hopefully that resonates with you, Blue Moss Dragonette, because I get a really successful outcome. 6 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords in the outcome. Ah, you were closer to your grandmother as well. I'm glad there's more than just me. But I've always thought if I exist, somebody else out there exists the same as me. And it's sort of what keeps me going. It keeps me chuffing along. Yeah, you also learn history. You learn that what we're going through in modernity is bliss compared to what our ancestors went through. And I'm not going back 10 generations, I'm going back 2. 2 generations before me, they went through absolute crap. And yet here we are in modernity. We have semi-freedom of speech depending on where you live. We have a freedom to believe depending on where you live. And they're luxuries that 2 generations past from me never had. And don't forget that two generations before me was Great Depression, so they went from luxury to nothing, and they coped. They had to. You had to cope. So you've got more within you than what you will ever know. So hopefully, Blue Moss Dragonette, you can understand that. I know I've got a veggie garden and I have a bucket of water in the shower with me, and that goes on my veggie garden. So I'm not wasting water to water my veggies. And sometimes it's the simple things. They save us money in the now, but they also allow us to appreciate the resources we have now. So, Blue Moss Dragonette, it's all going to go well. Just be your authentic self. Even the not so pleasant stuff. And hopefully you can understand why that came up. because I do get that it will go well. Okay. Now. You're welcome, Blue Moss Dragonhead. And next up, Sinful, it is you. Okay. Okay, hello, Sinful. That box is always a bit snug. I'm feeling that your family is dominating your energy for some reason at the moment, Sinful. Okay. I feel as if you're feeling misunderstood within family, as in juggling resources. I feel this hasn't got anything to do with what you do or don't do. It's juggling resources, and it's like they all want a piece of it. Ace of Pentacles. They all want a piece of it. Eight of Wands. There's a family member who's a Leo here. Page of Wands, Ace of Wands. Okay. Can you understand a family member August birthday? My phone keeps going off. I better hope that it's not no one. Okay, I'm going to leave that be. I feel as if your family doesn't understand the pressures of modernity, of modern life. There is one. There you go. You know, I don't change what my guides give me. I just passed. Was her passing as a result of some sort of tragedy? Tragedy or an illegal act? No. Then I'm going to move on, if that's okay. I'm feeling as if family does not resonate with modernity. It's like with the pressures of modern living, and also the pressures of having to take on so much when you're reliant on yourself. Okay, because I feel as if you've been put in a position where family are pressuring you to choose them with your time, and yet there's something of, I don't even know how to say it. There's something of affection you want to explore yourself, and yet family keep dominating your time. There you go. I'm not picking up. Yeah, and they're too used to it is what I want to say. Particularly on the financial side of things. But there's something of emotion you want to explore yourself. I would tread delicately here. The female who was The female who was August's birthday, is there an anniversary coming up now? Anniversary of passing coming up now? Okay, then I'm going to stop with that. Your baby is coming up. No, it's not that. This is something about now. August birthday now. Could be wedding anniversary. This is the person who is passed. It could be wedding anniversary, birthday, date of passing. And because I said August, I know it's not birthday. You'll give me feedback. Once it comes to you, Sinful, you'll give me feedback next week, no doubt. But I want to say 10th or 11th of this month, there is something. Oh. No, I have to put them back with their guides, with my guides when they're not. Dennis, welcome in. It's on the 12th of this month. Okay, I can live with that. We're in Australia. We're a day ahead. Okay, what were you trying to tell me? Can you understand when this person passed, there was a lot of questions surrounding their passing? Okay. I feel as if some of those questions went towards the doctors. I think I did say that I felt like there was something untoward or illegal around their passing, but I feel some of the questions went towards their doctors. So absolutely no one had notice. Yeah. Thank you. Just know that they're watching over you at the moment. And I feel it's because they were pressured by family as well. And I feel as if they have a child living, that child was involved in corporate, high power, high domination career, and they were like that in person as well, even to the point of dominating this lady. But this lady was like me. She just said what she said and that was it. There you go. Just know you're being watched over. As I say, yes, there are subs, and subs come first, then freebies, then, but Spirit always come first. So if Spirit want to interrupt, they're allowed. And this lady had more love in her heart than what anybody gave her credit for. You're welcome, Sinful. Thank you. I need as much love as I can get at the moment. Here we go. Okay. Dana, you are up next. Oh. Hey, Dana. Okay. Can you understand your future has been on your mind lately? Your long-term future. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to get all of the years and years and years, but I feel it's been on your mind lately. And in a melancholy way, I'm being reminiscent, thinking the past was better. The past wasn't better. Think of all the sleep depravity you had, or being sleep deprived. Think of the sleep deprivation you went through. I feel career-wise it may feel unsettled now, but it's going to even out. I just feel at the moment life seems to have dealt you a stab in the back. And I feel that on a personal level rather than a work level. Yeah. There's definite wounded warrior energy here. Two of Cups. Okay, now it's making sense. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. I feel as if you may not be partnered up at the moment like you were. Just let me know if that resonates. I feel as if I'm in sorrow because I gave so much to a past person. Eight of Pentacles, yeah. It's attached to work. But not the same. I feel like you're ready to let this person go. I feel as if they've shown you that you weren't a priority, yet they were willing to take. I feel as if there's a realization that there's not a connection. And your career, you were so focused on work-wise that a lot of things slipped by you. A lot of things slipped by you. If you're ready to exit this, don't think you don't have other options. You definitely have other options if you do exit this. Because I don't feel as if there's any respect anymore. And I feel that for you towards them, there's no respect. Ace of Wands. There's balance and fun yet to be had. Can you understand that, Dana? There's balance and fun yet to be had. I feel as if you're missing your former career because you can't throw yourself fully in it. You have to actually address something that's going wrong. And part of that is your enjoyment. There you go. And yeah, part of all of this is you enjoying. I feel as if whoever you're with enjoyed life on your money. And now's the time for you to enjoy your own life and create balance within your life. You'll know the right timing, Dana, and I feel you may have already realised that. Okay, Dana, which oracle would you like? I've got 13th Oracle, Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit. I'm glad you think you know the timing now, because there's fun ahead, Vintage Wisdom. I want to say there is fun ahead. It doesn't seem like it now. It seems so serious at the moment. Okay. Okay. Oops, a days. 27 centimeter deck is actually not being nice to me today. My large hands can usually handle it, but today, nah, not so much. There we go. Back in the flow of things now. Back in the flow. All the oracle reads, my guides have taken very good care to land on the right card. They're pretty quick. There we go. Abundance. Oh, I like this card. Dana, I like this card for you. As I said, it's not always going to be so deep and serious as it feels at the moment. Okay. Here we see a depiction of Pomona, the Roman goddess of abundance and harvest of the ripe fruits and fields. She is adorned with all manner of wild flowers and forest flora, as if to celebrate the yield of nature's bounty. Butterflies dance around her, representing transformation and lightness of being. We can all relate to the wonderful feelings of connectedness when abundance bestows herself upon us. It can feel physically, it can be felt physically with the harvesting of material success or good health. Mentally, in the fruition of an idea or a dream. Emotionally, by finding new love, or spiritually, through expansion of the soul. This card calls to you to reflect upon the abundance already in your possession. Be thankful for all you have and be open to receiving more goodness in your life. It may be your turn to enjoy the fruits of your labours and the harvest of your hard-earned efforts. Or perhaps you are currently looking for ways to increase the flow of abundance into your life. From the practical perspective, decluttering helps you value what you already have and creates an empty space so more abundance can flow. Forgiveness plays a vital role in decluttering the emotions. By releasing the past, we liberate ourselves, freed from the gravity of weighty karmic effects. Very wordy, this one. We reconnect with the light, abundant flow of unconditional love. Gifting and tithing are known ways to increase the flow of prosperity. Now a favourable time to establish a healthy balance between giving and receiving. In this materialistic age, it is common to mistake the measure of success and worth through the possession of money. There is nothing wrong with aspiring to have lovely things or to create the security and opportunities that money can buy. However, Western values generally encourage focus solely on the outward physical manifestations of abundance. We can be guided to find a healthy balance by focusing inwardly to discover spiritual riches available to us in every moment. Our divine nature expands far beyond the horizons of the material plane alone and has the power to banish fear and grant authentic peace, regardless of circumstance or status. There are just some of the fruits and bounties to be discovered as we journey home along the highway of life in whatever form. May abundance in all its glory be yours. And that's what I said. At the moment, it doesn't feel like it, but keep persevering because I see joy coming in. So at the moment, it may not feel like it, but I do see joy coming in. Thank you, Dana. I'm glad it resonated with you. Some readings I'm a bit reluctant to give, and that one was one. So sometimes it's difficult when you intuit something that's not pleasant. And not everything in this world is pleasant, but some of it's good for us. Okay, let's see. Come on, Karen. I'm just arguing with myself now. Okie dokie. And Wonderosity, you are up next. Oopsie daisies. I just dropped things everywhere. Hello, Wonderosity. I'll always appreciate you too, Dana. Now, Wonderosity. I've just got to clear some things out of my way. No. God said no. Okay. Go for it then. Okay. Can you understand having minor headaches at the moment, Wonderosity? It's like I've got a head cold. Okay. Oh, you poor thing. Sending you healing. Sending you healing. But I feel as if you've explored more spiritual stuff. And it's almost like you see through the general statements now. Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. However, it's confused you. Ten of Pentacles. Yet some things come out of the blue. And I feel you're facing some of those things now. Out of the blue moments. You've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. What's this connection going on in your life at the moment? Eight of Cups. You're up in your head. You're wanting an answer. Trust me, the tarot won't give it to you. It's your life. You have to choose. But it's like you're having fun. And it's fun you didn't expect. So I'm sorry you're going through a head cold. Or headaches. There's a choice to be made here, and I feel your anguish over this choice is tying you up. Because I've got the Eight of Swords here on the deck too. Nine of Swords as well. Okay. Yeah. I feel as if there's a decision you have to make. And you're so fearful of making the wrong decision that you want to keep things the way they are. There you go. You're going to need to make a decision, unfortunately, Wonderosity. Holy bunch of roses, welcome in. I've had to close the queue because I'm getting a bit exhausted. Unfortunately, you are going to have to make that decision. And I feel as if it's a decision in love with the Two of Cups coming out just then. Yeah, and I feel past and current are the choices. It's a choice between a past person and a current. Or a current situation. Cards are never going to give you the answer, Wonderosity. Because I get the feeling that you need to take a break from this situation in order to make the decision. I feel as if you're going to need to step back, observe, listen, watch, rather than take action now. I do feel as if this has led to sleepless nights for you because your inner sense is telling you that there's something hidden. And I feel like this might be the past influencing you, but your inner instinct is telling you there's something hidden. Yeah, it's like, how do I pop the bubble? How do I reveal the truth? The Page of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So I don't envy you being in this position, Wonderosity, but I feel as if you really do have to make a decision. It's not an easy one. I feel like you might have been, I don't want to say forced, because I don't think anybody can force anyone to do anything. But it's got that feeling behind it as if there's pressure to make a decision. And the pressure I'm feeling, I would not be at all surprised if it's an advancement on a current relaxed situation. Yeah. Is it moving in pressure? I have to ask this question because I'm getting pressure that's akin to it. There you go. And I feel you faced some criticism over things you hold to be important, as in possessions you hold to be important. Whereas whoever it is you're dealing with, there is, oh, well, it can be replaced. No, it can't. There's some things that can never be replaced. I don't envy your decision, Wonderosity, but I do feel as if you are going to choose the yes. I feel as if you're going to go forward with it. And that's not in the cards. That's just a feeling I get. Now, my feelings can be wrong. This is where I don't like doing... It could be the fear of somebody disliking us after revealing a moment is always there. But I feel you're going to say yes. Only because it feels right to you. There's a fear of the fun going away though. I don't know why that's there, but there's a fear of the fun going away. It's a big change, and I want to say it feels like a shock to you actually. But some people, when they know, they know. And they don't want to waste another second. Okay, I'll do the Love Oracle. Just give me a second. Okay. And as I'm shuffling, I'm getting you're not being forced to do anything. Okay, let's see. Because these can have some very misleading... The Love Oracle, I should really take it off, but people like it, so I keep it. They have some very misleading images. But we'll see. One, divine intervention, change. Okay, you're feeling as if the fun won't end. Simplest way is to create a date night. I feel as if something is going to happen that pushes you towards the yes anyway, even though your anxiety is overriding this. And I want to say that that's anxiety without... You know when there's anxiety without factual evidence? You can call it your intuition, or you can call it for what it is, just nerves. And I want to say these are happy nerves. They're not, to me, they're not sickening nerves. You know how you can get sickening nerves and you can get happy nerves? They feel the same, but they're not. So, Wonderosity, change is a part of life. You may have to move for a dozen different reasons, but when it's someone wanting you to move in with them, it's happy. And hopefully it makes sense if I say it that way. Okie dokie. Come on, Karen. There we go. Yeah, I want to say it's happy nerves. When you get what you want, what's the saying? Be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. It's also a Pussycat Dolls song, but we won't go there. I got picked on for my knowledge of songs earlier, and I just won't go there. There you go. Well, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. You just might get it. I think it's When I Grow Up, I Want to Be Famous. When I Grow Up. Yeah, that's the name of the song. When I grow up, I want to be famous. Used to be the ringtone on my phone. Many moons ago, though. Many moons ago. You know the song. Ah, there you go. High five, Wonderosity. High five. Yeah, it was a ringtone on my old Nokia. No, not always, Scorpio. Cold feet does not mean you will sabotage it. But enjoying the process, sometimes we fail to acknowledge that we permitted ourselves to be hurt. Let that sink in for a while, because I know I have allowed myself to be hurt in the past. So we have to acknowledge that in the past, sometimes it is us that allows ourselves to be hurt. It's not always the case, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it is. And sometimes the end of a relationship can be our fault. I've done that. I've I've done it by not including the person in decision making about future stuff. So, you know, it's different for everyone, but if we acknowledge, yeah, there you go. If you're scared of it happening again, isn't that manifesting it? Whereas if you enjoy the process, you actually are curious about this person and how different they will be to your ex. And that's something that I'm still teaching myself at the moment. So hopefully that did resonate for you, Wonderosity. It was a weird reading because it was like, oh, I'm not sure about this. Charlie, you are up. And hopefully I've still got Charlie there. Yep, still in the queue. Thank you, Wonderosity, and focus on enjoying the process. If you're scared that you're losing your home, make sure that you have some sort of fallback, for example. But at the same time, enjoy the process, knowing that your move could be forced by other things in life. This is what is riding the waves of life. It's difficult, trust me. Been there, done that. Have the t-shirt. It's difficult riding the waves of life, but sometimes we just have to. Okay. Possibly. I didn't pick up a job in the reading, Wonderosity. I didn't. But if you have a job, you have stability. That's just one way of looking at it. But that stability, as we all know, with retail now being less of a reliable source of income, with most people shopping online, it's like, do we continue to rely on that when the world is changing? Multi-skill is always a good thing. Now, Charlie usually doesn't leave without saying goodbye. So, let's see. Yeah, but change is inevitable. It happens constantly throughout life. And change goes much easier when we enjoy and are curious about the process. Like, I haven't changed my wardrobe for I don't know how long, but I don't care that much about clothes, so that's just a little side note that doesn't have much relevance. Because who really cares what I wear? Other people? I don't. That's just a weird thing to throw in for you. Oh dear. There we go. How did I do that? Okay. My mindset may be one thing. Oh, my poker opponents, yeah, they don't know how to read me. But my mindset may be one thing, but you have to have your own mindset. If you admire how I view life, you've got no idea what I've walked through, Wonderosity. Think about it that way. It's like we have no clue what somebody else has walked through during their life. So your admiration is nice, I'll take it, but at the same time, I've gone through so many different things in my own lifetime that I think wisdom comes with experience. And Charlie doesn't seem to be popping up, so I'm going to put the list up just to see who is next so we can keep things moving. Okay, Dennis Estevez. Love the surname. Love Emilio Estevez. Hi, Dennis. Okay. I'm just shifting my energy a little bit because I'm feeling like you've experienced recent heartache. And when I say recent, last 8 months or so, but you're still sitting with it. Just a yes or a no. As I tune into your energy, just a yes or a no. You've experienced a heartache. You've experienced a heartache in the last 8 months or so. Okay. No's good. I can't change what I'm picking up. I'm going to turn over the cards. Queen of Cups. Four of Coins. The World. I want to say 8 months ago, something didn't go quite your way. No, I said last 8 months. I did. That. Chat, back me up here. I did say the last 8 months, didn't I? But something didn't go quite your way about the same time. You're considering revisiting it. That's okay, Dennis. That's okay. No worries. Can you understand considering revisiting it? Considering going back and getting an answer? I feel now's the time to do it. With the moon energy, now is the time to do it. And you don't have to go back with your heart in your hand. You just have to go back curious. What else could I have done? Because I feel as if you've been left alone and confused. And I want to say things seem so positive. Things seemed so positive. And I almost feel like it's had you scratching your head. with the moon energy, now is the time to find your answers, even if it means going back. I see you fearing going back to that person to find out. But it's like a job interview. I know they probably don't teach it anymore, but it used to be taught that if you had a job interview where you didn't get the job, they would tell you to ask the interviewer if there was anything you could do better, because it would help you with the next interview, if not the actual job. And I feel that's the way in this case. You want to go back and find out what you could have done better. Utilize that full moon energy. I'm going to howl at it tonight. As it eclipses, I'm going to howl at it. Oh, that's what I'll be doing. Don't know about you guys. Well, if you feel confident about it, Dennis, go for it. But I feel as if you've got unanswered questions that keep popping up in your head. But if you feel confident about the current one, go for it. It's your life. Live it as you will. Now, Charlie, you are the last person in my queue. You're welcome, Dennis. And I really do mean it. In terms of within cinema, I know Emilio Estevez is now behind the scenes, but I liked Emilio Estevez better than Charlie Sheen. And still do with the works Emilio Estevez is doing. Hola, Charlie. It is your turn. So here we go. Now, Charlie, can you understand feeling as if you're on a merry-go-round? Like things going around and round in circles. Okay, I do know that Charlie will actually go to the VODs and view it with captions. And because I'm a little tired myself, I find rewording things a little bit difficult. So I will keep going with the reading. Okay, round in circles. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. Oh, thank you, Charlie. I feel as if you feel overlooked at the moment. It's as if no one sees what you see. They don't see the joy in simple things. And there's a confusion over why people don't like sunrises. It's like I'm getting this, this weird energy. 3 of Pentacles. Why does everything have to change is a question that keeps coming up, Charlie. because I feel like something has changed and you've had to change your plans. Okay. In the coming couple of months, Charlie, you will have to make a decision. And I feel it's going to be difficult for you. And I do feel for some reason this has something to do with technology. So it's either a car, I do know in Australia they're pushing for driverless vehicles, but Australia will have to phase that in. But I feel as if you're being forced into a contract you didn't expect. Or forced out of a contract. And it has something to do with technology. So I'm really unsure of this, Charlie, but I know you'll watch the VOD and you'll give me feedback. But I get the decision that's coming up is going, and I feel it's already around you. It may be a decision having to sell up something. And it's because of the cost of technology. It's going to hurt, but not for long. You don't have any idea. That's okay. I know you'll get back to me once you've watched the VOD. Because I get boredom. You tend to come across older people rather than your own age group. And you're wondering why younger people aren't as involved as what you are. But there's a decision coming up. And I feel it will hurt making it, but the joy will be worth it. I feel you might be attracting a different group of people around you, Charlie. 3 of Cups is here. 6 of Pentacles is here. You're attracting a new group of people. You've got the Magician. It's like people who share your goal. There you go. You prefer to move with older people than in a younger group. But I feel as if you're attracting older people. I feel there's concern over... It could be concern over the lack of technological knowledge. I keep getting drawn back to technology. But whatever decision is coming up for you, Charlie, there's going to be happiness before and after it. So there was a fear of doing everything solo. In the future, there's not, but there's a little bit of hurt before you get there. So hopefully that resonates, Charlie. Hopefully. Because seriously, it's like getting your ears pierced. It hurts for a moment and then you've got them done for the rest of your life. But stop overthinking things too. And I do hope that one resonates. because the overthinking is confusing everything. Can you understand building a motor or putting a motor together? A motor. Yeah, motor. It's got moving parts. That's all I know, and it goes round and round and round and round. And I feel as if you're putting one together, Charlie, so... As you can see, I'm trying to find something I thought I lost. And hopefully that does resonate with you. Move everything in your life. That's why I'm getting moving. Yeah. I'm getting round and round and round and round. I see it being a success. It works. Whatever it is you're trying to build, Charlie, it works. So hopefully you can understand that one. Okie dokie. I'm getting there, Charlie. I said at the start of the stream that the power of our combined prayers is amazing. I was thinking I'd struggle through this therapy. It hasn't been as bad as what I thought. But I do have to, at times, put my energy first. And today is one of those times. So thank you, Charlie. ¿Cómo está? Hello, Kitty Kaluna. I'm just about to end. Oops. So we will see what is happening with what's online at the moment. Okie dokie. Going through. And okay. There's only video games I can send you to, or ones that charge you a fortune. So I will actually just sign off now. And just to show you Kitty Kaluna, the queue is actually empty and it has been closed for a little while. But it's because I'm exhausted now. It's been, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3.5 hours of constant readings. So I'm getting a little bit exhausted. A little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And, yeah. So, because I can't send you anywhere that's good, I will just do the sign off and I will see you guys next week. Bye for now.